Salam alaikum, Harris.
Alaikum salam, how are you?
Good, good. We were sitting on the wall like in the old days and discussing the mystery of why lubrication has never really been part of the whole condition-based maintenance. But I guess we need to move on a bit here because, yeah, I think we need to come back to that at some point. But the LUBExpert Strategy process, I'm curious there. Where do you see that process starting then?
Well, the process starts very early, at the moment where once you see the problems properly, that's the real beginning. And when you have a right mindset with the right decision and support from the management, then you should be starting with the right team.
I mean, brilliant, because I mean, I have my ideas about what a right team would be in lubrication terms. What do you consider to be the right team?
Well, primarily people who want, not people who must.
Yeah.
When I say that, I'm referring to the fact that sometimes people get assigned to the job just because they are there, or nobody else wants to pay attention to creating a team, or nobody else wants to do it. But this part is really highly important. A good team can make miracles. Bad team can destroy even the best project. Assigning someone to the job that he must do while he has no real interest or, let's be honest, passion to do it, it's a huge mistake. The right team is a group of people who are equally passionate about what they are about to learn and what they are about to do. So this is a topic for an entire book, honestly, and we are only here for an ice cream and coffee. So knowledge is of course very important, but before we even come to the knowledge and education stage, we need to have people who want to absorb that knowledge, and actually they need to feel it as their future career. You can train and educate anyone if he wants to be trained. If he doesn't, you'll just make him crazy, he'll make you crazy as well. So I made a word which actually doesn't exist in English, wanters against musters. So the guys who want against the guys who must, and wanters always win. How do you see the right team?
No, absolutely, I would agree fundamentally that, firstly, we need to raise the profile of the lubrication technician and stop trivializing the role. I think we've talked about this before, that the term grease monkey is such a trivialization, and that your mechanical technician is best placed to be your lubrication technician because they understand how the machine works, they've seen how the machine fails through poor lubrication, so they are the right kind of people. But that would be like, say, sending somebody to Siberia, as we used to say. I don't know if that's politically correct anymore, but people often saw that as a demotion, being made the lube tech. But what we've got to have it be seen as is a promotion, if you like, an extension of the mechanical technician role. Precision lubrication. I fully agree with you as to the fact that you've got to have somebody who wants to be that person, not somebody who feels they must be just to keep their job.
Yeah.
So, we have the right team then. We're agreed that that's how we get the right team. We have the right team. What next?
You tell me what's next. What do you do with the team? Shall I count to 3 again? We say our opinion. 1.
I think I was going to suggest that.
Training.
Absolutely. Yeah. Training session customized to each team's needs, delivering enough knowledge and experience so that each team can build a strategy, adjust it, and keep improving it, tweaking it. And after training support, not only training to learn how to push buttons, but training to implement for success, or, something along those lines that, it's not just about using the hardware, but actually understanding why and how to get the best from it.
Excellent. So we are absolutely on the same wavelength here. Education really is a lifestyle, and in case of LUBExpert Strategy, primary module is 3 days, 3 intensive days, and no matter how intensive they are still 3 days, just to make team capable to start implementing. But after that, the training just changes name actually to support, and after a few months it becomes a friendship.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. And you mentioned the word friendship because I know I stay in touch with a lot of people that I've trained, and it does become a kind of friendship, doesn't it?
Sooner or later, it becomes a friendship, definitely.
Yeah, but now, okay, so we've got the team initially trained. What's the next step then in your mind?
Get to know the patient, get to know the assets, but really get to know the asset. Perform FMEA, understand failure modes of each asset, look at the root cause analysis to understand where and how often lubrication comes up as a root cause. Look at the criticality and choose the candidates from the program for the program and set priorities. Once that part is defined, we can start building a database or whatever you want to do. But a little bit of homework is very important.
Oh, very important. I agree 100%. And, you know, one of the things, of course, if we don't understand our assets, we don't understand their failure mode, we don't understand the criticality, we don't understand the failure history. You know, that's something I mentioned just now about taking on that mechanical technician to be your lubrication technician, because they're often best placed to know the patient. But what we've got to avoid, I guess, is the one size fits all approach. That's wrong in so many ways. You know, everybody's an individual, and therefore everything that you know, implementation needs to be structured around those individuals and those teams.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much similarity with medicine here. So we need to treat each patient differently.
It's funny you should say medicine, because having just had my first jab, but that's why you say Dr. Grease Guy.
So, what?
You say Dr. Grease Guy, huh? You mentioned that in a previous episode?
Yes, Dr. Grease Guy or Mr. Grease Guy is a foundation of asset health, because the quality of your primary medical care is actually the measure of the good healthcare system.
Yeah, I guess having had my first AstraZeneca jab, I'm going to have to go and get my meds from the nurse. Sorry about that. We're going to have to leave it here then. Next week.
So I see you next Monday.